Hey fish friends, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Zenza with Tazawa Tanks. I just want to share a quick little story with you and talk a little bit about dechlorinators. So the other day I happened to stop by a Petco in San Francisco. I normally don't do a lot of shopping at Petco for fish. I do for my dog and stuff like that. But I happened to stop by. It was near the gym, and I needed to get some more Eco Complete because I'm working on my planted aquarium and I didn't have enough Eco Complete for the substrate. So I grabbed a bag, and as I was grabbing the bag, I was listening to a customer talk to one of the employees about how his fish were dying and his tank wasn't working out. So I was just kind of listening for a little while, and the employee was giving some advice, and it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut, so I kind of chimed in a little bit and agreed with the employee and kind of supported what the employee was saying, and I then gave my own advice as far as what I thought happened. But basically what happened is this guy bought this tank. He doesn't know what size it is. It's kind of like a hexagon tank. He set it up and put 2 African cichlids in there. Didn't know why one was dying, and I explained to him the nitrogen cycle. So the fish had only been in there for a day and a half, I guess, and the tank wasn't cycled. So I talked a little bit about that, and the store employee also, supported what I was saying and agreed with me. And then I asked the guy, what type of additives he was adding to the aquarium, and he was just using tap water. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm hoping that all of you are smart enough to know that you cannot just add tap water to your aquarium. It has to be treated. Now, if you do live in an area where you have well water and you have your own supply of water from the ground on your property, you may not need to add a dechlorinator because there probably isn't any chlorine or chloramine in that water, unless it is going through some system where you are killing bacteria and then pumping it into your house. But most of us use tap water from municipalities where it's coming from some water source far away and it's coming to a treatment plant. They're treating it with chlorine or chloramine, and then it's piped to neighborhoods and it comes out of our faucet. For us, we definitely need to use some type of chemical to remove the chlorine and or chloramine. If you have chlorine, that's a little bit better. The reason why is it can gas off, so if you do have the capability of storing water, you can pour the chlorinated water into like a large tub or a 55-gallon drum or something, the plastic ones, and let it sit for a few days with the air stone in there, and the chlorine will gas off, and you can test it and see that the chlorine levels have dropped. With chloramine, that does not happen. Chloramine is chlorine bonded with ammonia. It does not break down. It will not gas off. It's a little bit more difficult to handle as far as aquariums are concerned, so it's kind of nasty for us. So we have to use something that treats that chloramine. I happen to use 2 products by Seachem. I use Seachem Prime and I use Seachem Safe. Safe is a concentrated powder version that's similar to Prime. And I use this in the larger tanks, and these I use in all of my smaller tanks, like 40 gallons and below, and these I use in the larger tanks, 55s, 75s, 90s, etc. So anyway, whatever your choice of dechlorinator is, whether you're using Aquarium Solutions product or API or any of the other ones, Tetra, they all do a good job of removing the chlorine or making them non-toxic to the fish and or the chloramine. So make sure that you are using that product. If you are using well water, depending on where your water source is, you might also want to use some type of additive because you might have some heavy metals in your water. So if there's, that sounded kind of funny, heavy metals. You might have some heavy metals in your water. If there's, if you're in an area where there's high concentration of iron or something else in the zinc or something in the ground, you may not want to add that to your tank depending on what kind of fish you have. So some cases you may want to treat your water or run it through some RODI system to remove any of those elements, and then obviously remineralize the water when it goes into your tank. So before I go, I do want to mention that I am going to be doing a meet and greet at Hungming Aquarium, which is one of my local fish stores in San Francisco. They graciously offered their space up to do a meet and greet, so that's going to be in the afternoon on August 25th. So make sure to continue to follow my channel and check for updates there. If you are interested in the Tazawa Tanks t-shirts, those have been ordered. So hopefully by that time I'll have some to give out. And if not, then they will be available on the website once they are here in my hands. That's all I had for now. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.